Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your hosts, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Again, thank you so much for being with us today. We'd love to hear from you. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, or if you got any comments on any of the things that we discussed, by all means, let us know. You can always dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away on that thread, or check us out on our YouTube page. Go and subscribe to that if you would. We would really appreciate it. JJ, good to see you today. Obviously, coming off of SEC Media Days last week, all the talk about that in Dallas. The media does vote. We've been talking about that this week. Auburn comes in 10th, Alabama 3rd for you, but Georgia and Texas at the top of that list. Apparently, most people in the media, most people around the country believe that Georgia and Texas will be playing in the SEC championship game. The media came out, and Big 12 had their media days, which is far more, I think, brief than the SEC. But nonetheless, media picked them. The Big 10 and ACC media days, I believe, going on this week. They'll finish up and they'll vote on those toward the end of the week. We'll kind of take a look at that. And if you need to be reminded about who actually is in these
it's a little different.
A little bit different, for sure.
A little bit different than it used to be, yeah.
The Braves, we will sneak in a Braves segment. Man, it's the –
All right, so let me say this.
Wounded.
The Braves are 54-45.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive, because if I give you the Braves at the beginning of the season, I say, okay, here's your team. And you go, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. I go, by the way, I want you to give me back Freed and Strider and Albies and Harris and Acuna. And you go, well, wait a minute. It's not quite the same
That's
team.
not the team I thought. Yeah. So, Albie's out now for –
They have not been playing well. There was a bad relay throw earlier in this game that's going on now. They're down 4-1 to the Reds. Bad relay throw that cost them. There's been uncharacteristic errors since they came back off the All-Star break. And apparently,
still on break, apparently.
And apparently last night had the dreaded players-only meeting. That's usually not a good sign. So, what they've got to avoid is don't fall apart, man. I mean.
Still in second place, still the wild card.
Yeah.
But, if they make – are they expecting Albies back?
He is. What I read said that he would be out somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 months.
Okay.
So
back just in time for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So.
No.
That very unfortunate. Seemed like a very, kind of innocuous play, but it ended up being a fractured wrist. Ozzie has a difficulty staying healthy, but nonetheless, this is probably the biggest weekend for Auburn recruiting. There has been some chatter out there about Auburn's recruiting about to start picking up, and we're going to see some more commitments in this class in 2025 start filling out even more. Hopefully that will be the case. But it is Auburn's biggest recruiting weekend of the year, Big Cat Weekend. This weekend, the 27th. So we'll run out some of those names, some interesting guys that are already expected to be there. There's always some surprises, and there's always guys that don't show up. But we'll talk about that a little bit as we have time at the end of the show. All right, JJ, the media has spoken, and they have picked the SEC. Everybody else has had an opportunity to respond to that this week, so I figured I'd give you your opportunity.
Yeah, I have minor differences with the order
Yeah.
that the media put them in. I actually expect Texas to finish the regular season on top. They play Georgia at home, and I expect them to win that game. And you know, when I look at it, I can't find a game on Texas's schedule that I don't have them favored. Now that doesn't mean they don't slip up and lose one,
Right.
but I don't expect them to be unfocused when it comes to Georgia coming to Austin. I expect that one to be and so, you know, I would have Texas 1, Georgia 2. I don't know that I don't know that Alabama's 3. I might have them 4. I think
Who you putting above them?
You can make an argument for Ole Miss. You can make an argument for Missouri. You can make an argument for LSU. Missouri's schedule's very favorable. LSU gets Alabama at home. Ole Miss doesn't have to play Alabama. So, you know, I look at that. I think you could drop Alabama to 4 or 5 there, depending on who you want to move around. I don't have my predicted list. As far as Auburn goes, I've got Auburn about 2 spots higher than that. I've got them ahead of both Texas A&M and Oklahoma.
Right.
Oklahoma's got a very tough schedule. I expect Auburn to win that game in Jordan Hare. So I would have Auburn a couple of spots higher than where they are. And Texas A&M, look, I know they had a number 1 recruiting class 2 years ago, and we're going to have to hear about that forever and ever and ever. We'll still be hearing about that 2 years from now. But
most of
those guys have transferred out.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I don't, and it's a first-year coach, and I like Elko, and I think he's a quality coach. But I think it's going to take him a year or 2 to get anywhere. And I think I would put Auburn ahead of both Texas A&M and Oklahoma.
I mean, yeah, obviously Auburn plays both of those teams at home.
Yes.
And so I don't know if this is the media saying we believe Oklahoma and Texas A&M are going to win those games. So it's quite easily if you say, you know.
I think it depends on how you look at it, right? When you're ranking the teams, if you're a reporter, and I know it says predicted order of finish, but when you go into it, how are you ranking it? By how good you think they are, or by where you think they're going to finish? Because where you're going to finish has a hell of a lot to do with schedule.
True.
And if you don't factor that in, that's why I look at Alabama at 3 and I go, wait a minute, this team's getting Georgia at home. They go to Wisconsin. They go on the road to Tennessee, on the road to LSU, on the road to Oklahoma. That's 5 potential losses right there. You know, and so if you're putting them in 3, you're telling me they're going to win at least 3 of those, if not 4. Right? So I don't know. That's a heavy lift, I think.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I think that's reasonable.
And Missouri, I don't think Missouri is the 3rd or 4th best team in the league, but when I look at their schedule, it's very favorable. I can see them going 7-1 in the conference. I can see them 6-2 at the worst, honestly.
Right.
Anything worse than 6-2 against that schedule would be an underachievement, in my opinion. So
I think honestly, you could see a bunch at the top of the SEC, all at 6-2, maybe 4 teams.
Yeah.
At 6-2, and I think you're going to see a very large bunch in the middle that ends up 8-4.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be some interesting, and I don't know how you end up. You know, it's the difference between a win here or a loss. You know, a loss there as far as where, even though you end up in the same record, you know, there's head-to-head competitions.
The one thing I think we can all agree on is that Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, and Arkansas are going to be trash.
I think that now they may surprise. I don't, but
no.
Arkansas could maybe. I'm underselling them.
The one on there that I can actually see, I don't think Arkansas is going to surprise us, and I don't think bringing in Bobby Petrino is a good idea.
Yeah.
I do think Lebo at Mississippi State might win a couple of games. You don't think he will? He's got a pretty decent quarterback, it looks like. So, and that's going to be his game, right? He's going to be very, you know, they're going to run stuff very similar to what Tennessee's running, you know, and that's what they do. And so it wouldn't surprise me if he snuck up on 1 or 2. But Vanderbilt, you're over.
Yeah,
you know, I have trouble seeing Arkansas winning 2 games in the conference. I'm struggling with that.
South Carolina, yeah, hey, they got Robbie Ashford now. I don't know.
And South Carolina, I think, is a little better than Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Vanderbilt. I would put them like a notch up, but they're still a notch behind the other teams ahead of them. Maybe, I don't know. Florida may be somewhere in the same.
If South Carolina does finish 13th in the league, do they get rid of Beamer? Is there significant pressure on him?
I think it depends on what the 13th is. Is it a 6-6 13th? Is it a 4-8 13th? Right.
Anything south of a losing record, do you think?
I think anything worse than 6-6. If they don't make a bowl game, I think you'll be gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Florida, you think that's about right? 12th?
I actually think Florida has a chance to do better than Kentucky.
Okay.
Look, I know they've got to play Miami right off the bat, and Miami looks to be pretty decent this year. But they get them in Gainesville. So if they win that game, they could start out 4-0, 5-0. If that's the case, then, it's those last 5 games. And I don't have it in front of me, the schedule. But those last 5 games, they're probably going to be underdogs in all of them.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
And the question is, can you pull off 1 or 2 out of that 5? And if you can, you're going to win 7 games, and Florida fans are going to feel great about it.
Yeah, if they take care of business, I mean, who was it, Miami and Texas A&M? Was that last year they opened the season?
Yeah.
And it was a great game. It went back and forth. But Miami turned out not to have that great of a season. But if they are better, and if they come into Gainesville and win that game and Florida starts 0-1.
Then I think it's Katie bar the door at that point.
Then you all of a sudden open up an opportunity to lose to Central Florida. And
Right.
if that happens,
he may not make the season. Yeah,
he may not make it halfway through the season.
Of course, he may not want to with those 5 games at the end.
That's true. Yeah. We're up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
The good guys at Alex City Marine are ready for your boating needs all summer. And now you can get up to $4,500 in rebates on our huge selection of new Landau Tri-Tunes and sacrifice pricing on remaining 23 models. Alex City Marine also has a new fleet of rental boats for fabulous days on the water, whether it's service, new pontoon selections, or rental boats. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road in Alexander City or online at alexcitymarine.com.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Are you ready to save big on a new Chevrolet?
Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet for the Chevy Summer Drive. Choose America's #1 compact SUV, the Chevy Equinox, discounted up to $6,000 off. Or powerful full-size Chevy Silverados are up to $14,750 off. And fuel-efficient Chevy Malibus up to $5,750 off. Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, the Wednesday edition. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Central Alabama Community College. Great place to get a great education right here in Central Alabama. They got great academics. They got great athletics there at CACC. Whether you're looking for a 2-year degree to a technical degree to go ahead and get out in the workforce, or perhaps you're just looking to take care of your basics before you transfer to a 4-year institution, Central Alabama Community College is the place for you. Give them a call today. Look them up. You'll be glad that you did. Also, Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all of your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. They got a little bit of everything there, and they can beat the big box store. Finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small. Commercial or residential, they are busy as they can be, but they'll find time for you. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Give them a call today. 334-531-0199. Ty gives us an update. Top of third. Now Reds 5, Braves 3. So maybe getting back into the game a little bit here. Hopefully they can get this one in. Man, they're going to be dealing with rain. It's probably good that they're getting out of Atlanta after this series because the rain in the South looks like it's going to be with us for a little while.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere for a little
bit. Well, okay, so there's no longer a Power 5. There's a Power 4. Only 4 conferences, but Big 12, Big 10, ACC. The media did predict the Big 12, Utah, and Kansas State. I told that to Luke last night, and he said, boy, now that's a match. He was not really impressed.
Yeah,
Utah and Kansas State.
You know, the television ratings for that one will just be through the roof.
Yeah.
Look, I think if you want to know where the Big 12 is, both Kansas State and Kansas are in the top 4 of the preseason prediction. The noted football powerhouses.
Yeah.
Kansas State and
got
Kansas.
a lot better here. I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah.
And Kansas State's been good.
But
Kansas State, were good enough to play Alabama in a bowl game.
Iowa State's
Didn't
in the
go
top
too well,
half of the conference. Colorado at 11th. What do you think? Undervalued, overvalued? Where?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna predict they finish ahead of Central Florida, not behind.
Okay.
But I think that's probably about. I think they're in the second half of that conference, the bottom half of that conference.
I noticed they're talking a lot less this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Last summer they were talking about shocking the world. You know?
Right. And they did. The game won.
Yeah.
Now, it turns out TCU was not very good.
Right. But would they start out like 3-0 or something, or 4-0?
I think so.
Yeah.
They beat TCU. They beat, I can't remember who else, and they beat Nebraska, I think. And everybody said, look out.
Yeah.
And I think they won one more game.
Yep.
Or two more, maybe. I'm not sure. But, yeah, that's where would you put them?
I think 11 is somewhere about right. I look, that's a team that things could go any number of ways, right? It could be right along. It could be right along, just right down where you expect it. They could, if Shedeur Sanders is as good as the scouts seem to think he is. I'm not sold on him yet as an NFL product, but the NFL scouts love him. If he is that good, then they can finish significantly higher than that.
They need to protect him a little bit better than they did last year.
If they don't, then I think they'll finish lower than that. So. He was sacked, 53 times, I think, last year.
It was not good. I think it was most by anybody.
Yeah.
And their defense was atrocious. Welcome home, Charles Kelly.
Yeah.
Auburn.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a lot to work with. Let's be honest.
He didn't have a lot to work with. And, look, those 53 sacks, some of that is him hanging in there trying to be a creator and trying to, do the Patrick Mahomes thing and, all that. So.
And love it. And I don't like using this as a reference. But for anybody that, thinks, well, I wonder if Charles Kelly is that good a coach. Nick Saban wanted him, hired him, used him.
Well, Charles Kelly's an outstanding coach.
So, I mean.
And he's also a high-level recruiter.
Yes.
Which is a big deal.
Big time, yeah, no doubt. All right, the Big Ten. Who do you think the media? I don't think it's going out on a limb. They will pick Ohio State to win.
It'll be Ohio State 1, Oregon 2.
You think so?
And Ohio State's got to go to Eugene. Keep that in mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody is a dark horse?
Penn State,
USC, maybe?
No. I don't think so. I mean,
okay.
I don't see where now they could prove me wrong and blow LSU out in that first game. I don't know, but I don't see where I expect USC to be significantly better than they were last year without Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. They are. Look, we know what they are. They're a quarterback-driven program, and for all this talk about we got to improve the defense, he doesn't care about improving the defense. It's a quarterback-driven program, and that's what he's going to run. And I don't think they're any kind of contender inside the Big Ten. Could they be better? Could they go 9-3? Sure, but I don't think I see them any better than 9-3.
Right.
And at Penn State, obviously, is a dark horse there.
Right.
I still like Franklin. I still think Franklin's a quality guy.
Well, Wisconsin, if they go out and upset Alabama at home. They could really make a statement.
Then you look out for Wisconsin, right? But
I don't see that happening.
Michigan, not only did they lose Harbaugh, but that was a senior-laden team. That was very similar to me to the 2010 Auburn team that had all those seniors and all that experience. And then you plug in the case of Auburn, you plug Cam Newton into that. It's like putting rocket fuel in it.
Right.
With Michigan, it's kind of the same thing, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a somewhat significant drop-off for Michigan down to a 7-win, 8-win kind of season.
Well, again, we'll find out very early as Texas makes a trip to the Big House. I think we too.
I think Texas will blow the doors off Michigan in the Big House.
Well, if that happens, then they're definitely rebuilding.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin, comfort for life.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters. Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dayville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Only about 30 more minutes left in today's program. Thank you so much for being with us. Give us a call, 256-234-6221, or check us out on our Facebook or our YouTube page. We are looking at some predictions for the different Power 4 conferences. But first, I always like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, a tremendous place to get some tremendous food. They're in Montgomery and in Auburn. They got a new location in Auburn on East Glen. It tremendous. You can go there and eat at the restaurant. You can get the food, cook it yourself, or you can have them cook it for you. They got daily specials. I don't know what the Wednesday special is off the top of my head, but you can go to their website. I think it's Pepper Tree. Steak and Wine, I think is what it is. And check that out. The food is absolutely tremendous, great service, and great people there at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. So go and check them out. And for all you wine lovers, they have probably the best selection of wine in the Auburn area. Okay, the ACC. Now,
by the way, one thing on the SEC thing, on the Media Days predictions, the votes for SEC championship.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt gets 2.
Yeah, it's an atrocity.
Vanderbilt gets 2 and South Carolina gets 1.
You should have to put your name to this.
I agree.
And your vote should be taken away.
And your vote should be taken away. Yes.
I have voted in this thing a couple of times, and I did not vote Auburn to win the SEC championship.
Yeah, and my thing is, like, I don't really care if you're the biggest Vanderbilt homer ever. If you pick them to win the preseason SEC championship, then you should have your vote taken away.
And you probably should be taken out in the street and beaten.
And same thing on South Carolina. Because I can see, look, LSU got 2 votes. I can see it. There's a world I can live in where LSU wins it. Ole Miss, yes. Alabama, yes. Texas, yes. Georgia, yes. Vanderbilt and South Carolina.
No.
There's no chance that's happening.
No. I would agree 100%. All right, the ACC. This one's a little tricky. I don't know. I mean, I guess Florida State may be the favorite. Maybe
I would think Clemson
maybe
would be the favorite starting out this year. Florida State had to replace a lot.
That's true.
Clemson thinks they've got their quarterback right.
That's if you don't think SMU is going to come in and dominate.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. But I think Clemson would probably be the early favorite. Maybe Florida State 2.
Miami at dark horse here.
Miami maybe at 3.
NC State. Luke thinks NC State is
NC State
going to
could
be
be
a really
pretty
good
good.
team. NC State got an early matchup with Tennessee, I believe, in Charlotte.
They do.
That's going to be. Hey, I mean, they can make a statement winning that game.
Does Mac Brown have anything going on?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I think this is when Mac wraps it up.
Okay.
I mean, not that I think North Carolina's going to have a terrible year. I just think it's about time. How about Georgia Tech? They came on last year, played really well. You got the kid Haynes King. They got the king at quarterback.
Haynes King. Look, could they be a middle of the pack ACC team? Yeah, but no, they're not going to finish.
They're not threatening.
They're not top 3.
Okay.
No.
Stanford's terrible. Yeah.
Syracuse is terrible. Wake Forest is terrible.
Yeah. Boston College has no chance. Cal has no chance.
Yeah.
So it's Clemson, Florida State, Miami, NC State. That may be the list.
That may be, yes.
So you can kind of figure out your own order, but I think those 4 teams will be at the top of that conference.
Imagine that conference next year if they lose Florida State and Clemson. Actually, some talk now about Florida State and Clemson joining the Big 12.
Yeah, I think, and we were talking about this, I think, earlier this week. If you listen to Greg Sankey, it sounded like he made it abundantly clear the SEC is not interested in Florida State or Miami or anybody else. He said we're 16 teams. We're happy to be 16 teams, and we're going to be 16 teams. So I don't think he said we're going to be. I think he said we're focused on. Well, he said 16 now. He said 16 is our present and 16 is our future.
So
I mean,
16 now. Yeah.
Yeah. So who was it?
I was thinking George Wallace. Segregation now,
16
segregation tomorrow.
Yesterday,
forever.
16 today, 16 tomorrow.
16 forever.
Look,
nothing is ever set in stone in college football.
No,
these
that's
days.
true. But it does sound like the SEC is happy to be where they are.
I would say Clemson and Florida State could add some real panache to the Big 12 and maybe kind of level that situation where the Big 12 can be more competitive revenue-wise than what they are.
You got to get a new name.
Yeah.
You can't be – call it the Big 18. I don't – if you add Florida State, that's fine. But Big Ten's got 18 teams. ACC's got 17 teams. The SEC's got 16 teams. So nobody, I don't know. Don't have a number in your name. I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Come up with something a little bit more clever. All right, Ty says top of 3, Reds now 7, Braves 3. Ty says he hasn't given up on the Braves yet, but he's close.
I haven't given up on it yet either. But
I hope they get some players next week at the trading deadline.
That'll be interesting to see what they do.
So I thought about this today. So here are the Braves. I mean, injuries have just ravaged this team.
Yeah.
And Acuna's not coming back this year.
No.
I don't know when Michael Harris is coming in. Max Fried is on the on the DL right now. So I'm not sure when these guys are coming back. I'm not sure if Ozzy's coming back, but do the Braves? I don't want to say concede. But do they just say, look, I mean, what is it really?
We're going to fight as hard as we can with what we got.
Yeah.
Right? That is what you hope if Michael Harris comes back, right? And then maybe you do that because I don't want to give away top-level prospects on a team that doesn't have Acuna, where Fried's hit or miss, don't have Strider, when I know that these guys will be back next year and I can build around them.
Right.
So – I'm with you, Andy. I'm not giving away my top prospects to go out and try to,
Not on this year.
Not this year. I think if these guys were all healthy and we're in a tight race with the Phillies,
right,
then maybe you go out and you try to add that one missing piece, right? But I don't know that with this level of injury, I don't know that it matters.
You're not catching the Phillies. I don't care. I don't think you could go out and add enough.
Yeah.
So so what you're playing for the wild card right now, you're in that race, even with all the injuries. So I just feel like play it out.
Well, yeah, I feel the same way.
Try to get everybody healthy.
You're not getting Acuna, Strider, Magic, or Kerr back, right? None of those are coming back.
No.
But you could get Albies by the end of the season. You could have Harris anytime. Austin Riley should be fine. Merrifield's day-to-day. Get as healthy as you can. If you wanted to add one affordable piece, I'd be okay with that. And then play it out and see if you can get in the playoffs and see what happens, man. Crazy things happen in the playoffs.
Get hot. You never know. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
.6% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
The only thing real in this video is the new Mr. Beast box at Zaxby's. This restaurant, it's a green screen. The ground I'm walking on, it's a treadmill. Me? I'm not Mr. Beast.
I'm Chandler. Go get the new Mr. Beast box at Zaxby's. It has Feastables.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
The only thing real in this video is the new Mr. Beast box at Zaxby's. This restaurant, it's a green screen. The ground I'm walking on, it's a treadmill. Me? I'm not Mr. Beast.
I'm Chandler. Go get the new Mr. Beast box at Zaxby's. It has feastables.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Dadeville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Ty wants to know, JJ, do you see the Braves getting a starting pitcher next week?
I don't. I think, Freed's on the 15-day, probably be back. Sale's been fine. And you got the other all-star. Forgetting his name.
I'm not sure.
He's new this year. Made the all-star game.
Starter?
Yeah. You still got Charlie back there, huh?
Do we say we said Freed?
No. But you've got pitching. I don't think they'll add a starter. If they add anything, they may add a corner outfielder.
Right. Well, I was trying to think. So, Freed, is this Freed's last year on his contract?
Yes.
And we don't expect. I mean, he's going to command so much. I think
he's going to be a $30 million guy.
And I don't think the Braves are going to pay that. Right?
I don't see it.
Is Sale a one-year guy, or is he a multi-year contract guy? Do you know?
I think he's on a one-year deal.
Okay. So this is probably going to be Charlie Morton's last year.
I would think so.
The Braves, are going to have to bear in mind that this offseason they're going to have to make a major overhaul in pitching unless they've got some really, really fantastic young guys in the minors right now that they're just expected to bring up. And, you will get Strider back, which good.
Yes.
Schwallenbach looks like a pretty promising guy.
Yeah.
But that starting rotation is going to be the way Sale is pitched.
Lopez.
Lopez. Oh, okay.
Ronaldo Lopez, yeah.
Ronaldo Lopez, yeah. I couldn't come up with
So,
that
to me, I don't think, unless Freed's just not coming back and they haven't told us, I don't think you really have a need for another starter right now. Keep your young guys. You've got some good prospects on the farm too. Build around Strider for next year. You know the old saying, the old Bobby Cox saying, right? You don't buy aces, you grow aces. You know, so maybe you build that around Strider and hope he can be healthy. Those hard throwers, man, it's tough.
Oh yeah. Physically, that's a lot of strain on your arm. You wonder how Paul Skeens is going to. He may be a Nolan Ryan.
I heard a discussion on this the other day, but they were talking about Kerry Wood. Everybody remembers Kerry Wood.
Sure.
And Kerry Wood, I think, had less than 100 career wins. This was a great pitcher, but he could not stay healthy.
Mark Pryor,
same thing.
The Cubs completely. They had those two guys. They thought the future was, hey, we're going to be in a bunch of World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, not so much. But, it just health. That's the one thing you never really can tell about. All right, Big Cat weekend this weekend for Auburn. This was something that I guess Gene Chizik started and his crew, and man, it has lasted through all the coaches that have come after him, and it has been a great, it was a great idea at the time. It's a great idea now to bring all these guys together in one weekend, let them kind of recruit each other, and it has been beneficial to Auburn, certainly in the past. Hopefully it will be beneficial again this year. Some of the guys, just some of the headliners that are already saying they're going to be there. Obviously this can change, but five-star edge Jared Smith out of Thompson. That's a guy that Auburn has kind of heated up on, and there seems to be a lot of mutual interest there. Malik Autry, five-star defensive tackle out of Opelika. This is the one, anytime you're dealing with a five-star guy, the vultures are always going to be circling.
Oh, sure.
Now, he's been committed to Auburn for a long time. He's right there in Opelika. Auburn has forever had, a pipeline to Opelika High School. But, he's been chatter out there about, I think Florida has come after him really hard now. It's Ohio State that I think is making a bid for him. It may all, be much ado about nothing. Last year, DeAndre Carter, I think he was the number one interior offensive lineman out of California. He committed to Auburn, and next thing all you heard was, well, he visited Texas. It's all about Texas. Texas got the momentum, yada, 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 yada. And then it came down to it. DeAndre Carter said, I was never going to Texas. I was always going to Auburn. I love this place. So, he's in the class. Maybe that's the same with Autry. I hope that it is. But this is the kind of guy you need to absolutely solidify this weekend and make sure that he's a part of the class. Caleb Cunningham, five-star wide receiver that came and visited Auburn, said he loved it. Then went to Alabama, and he said, I love this place too. And he committed to Alabama. So he's out of Mississippi. That's a big time.
I say this, am I the only one that cannot get excited about talking about 2026 and 2027 recruits?
I can.
Because
I barely get excited about 2025.
It's a long way from now to December on the 25 class.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about 26, 27 yet.
No.
And I know the coaches have to recruit them now, but I don't have to pay attention to it.
Several other guys, that are uncommitted. Anquan Fagans out of Thompson. Blake Woodby out of Woodby out of Maryland. Tyler Lockhart that was committed to Auburn, and then he backed off. Caleb Falk, who's committed to Auburn. Eric Winters. Several of these other guys. So it's going to be a big weekend. Hopefully Auburn can make some headroads with some of these other guys. Got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
When drinking, take a sober ride home, not someone's life. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. This is a message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
At Majestic Caverns, we believe in the power of unforgettable experiences. At a cool 60 degrees year-round, America's most historic caverns guarantees an enjoyable escape. But it doesn't stop there. With over 20 above-ground attractions, including 5 new ones this year, and our Cave Cafe, which offers delicious drinks and plenty of food options. And don't miss our exciting event, Libertas. On June 29th, July 6th, and July 13th, enjoy live entertainment and much more. At Majestic Caverns, your unforgettable adventure awaits.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Announcing Camping World's Inflation Buster camping program. You can now get into a new RV starting at just $98 a month. We won't let the economy steal your camping season. Take advantage of this very limited time offer and lock in your low monthly payment today.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Catch a ride, not a buzz.
Hey, can you come get me?
Being buzzed still counts. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. This is a message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ closing things out to 1 o'clock. Bad guys winning 9-4 in the top of the fourth. Reds over the Braves. I don't know. Through 4 innings, already given up 9 runs. I don't know who started today, but it didn't go well.
No. I'm not sure who started this game.
Yeah, of course, you got a doubleheader today, so because of the rain, that may be, I don't know, they may have called somebody up. I didn't see the beginning of it. I was at the station. But anyway, that's kind of how it goes. Things not going well out of the gate here in the second half. But that players-only meeting sure seems to have had a big difference.
You know, I don't know why people continue to do that. It never works.
It does not, for sure. Okay, we talked about Big Cat Weekend. That's going to be a big deal. We'll kind of maybe update that list on Friday to see if we can get a little bit fine-tune about who will be there and who won't. It is July the 24th. July the 24th, on this day, 1958, Ted Williams is fined $250 for spitting at Boston fans again.
So it wasn't the first time.
It was not the first time. And it does say he spat at them.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily say he spat on them.
Did he miss?
Well, maybe in there, like the old Monty Python, I spit in your general direction.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's perhaps that's what it was. I'm not sure. But Ted Williams and the Boston fans had kind of a love-hate relationship. Clearly, if he was
Ted Williams and a lot of people had a love-hate relationship.
he seemed like a hard kind of guy to get along with.
Yeah.
But great hitter. On this day, one of the more famous events in baseball history, I would say, 1983, on this day, the pine tar incident. That really is all you need to say. I think everybody conjures up the visual of George Brett running out of the dugout at Yankee Stadium after his home run, and I think the 8th inning was disallowed, and he just went absolutely berserk.
Yeah, I mean, look, there was enough tar on there to make oil and run a motor vehicle. And, there was a lot on there.
I never knew that there was, supposedly you can't, something about you can't have it up above a certain level on the bat.
Right.
I've only seen that called one time, and it was overturned, and they ended up going back, I think, in late August and replaying the 8th inning from where the home run occurred, and the Royals won the game.
Unusual situation.
Very
sure.
unusual.
Yeah.
But the pine tar incident today, on this day, 1983. Happy birthday today, Chief Dan George.
All right, I want to see if this is who I'm thinking about. Who is it?
He was an actor. He was in several movies, probably.
Was he in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, that's a different guy.
Okay.
This guy was in The Outlaw Josie Wales.
Oh, that Chief Dan George.
The old guy.
Yeah. I didn't surrender neither, but they took my horse and made him surrender. Yes.
That's right. Chief Dan George.
Gotcha.
Born on this day, 1899. Lived all the way to 1990.
Which is pretty amazing because the Outlaw Josie Wales was in the 70s, and he was old then.
He was old then,
Yeah.
absolutely. John Aniston, born on this day.
Father of Jennifer.
Father of Jennifer.
Soap opera actor.
Victor Kiriakis.
That's right.
From Days of Our Lives, the longtime villain on Days of Our Lives. Willie Davis, Hall of Fame defensive end with the Packers, born on this day, 1934. Bob Lilly, college and pro Hall of Fame defensive tackle, played for the Cowboys, 1939, still getting it done, 1939. Walt Bellamy, Hall of Fame center with the Knicks, born on this day, 1939 as well. All right, Chris Sarandon, born on this day, 1942.
I'm assuming that's an actor.
Actor, married to Susan Sarandon for quite a few years, but they divorced.
Okay.
She kept the name.
Okay, she sure did.
Chris Sarandon, Prince Humperdinck from The Princess Bride.
Never seen it.
Or Fright Night.
Never seen
Played the vampire. Man, Princess Bride. You got to see. I think we've had this conversation.
We
before.
have. Yeah.
You got to see that movie, JJ. It's a good movie. Robert Hayes, the great Robert Hayes from Airplane. Ted Stryker.
Ted Stryker.
Ted
Okay.
Stryker.
Yeah.
Airplane 1 and 2, by the way. Robert Hayes, born on this day, 1947. Michael Richards, 1949. Kramer. Cosmo Kramer, to all you who celebrate. Cosmo Kramer. One of the funniest guys, maybe the greatest character, to me, the funniest character in all of television history. To me. Now, I mean, somebody would say Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
Somebody would say,
put Archie in there.
Don Knotts, maybe. I mean, Barney Fife. I mean, there's
Cliff from Cheers.
Cliff from Cheers. It really don't need to go any further. Linda Carter.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder
right?
Woman.
Yeah.
The Eve to my Adam. Linda Carter, born on this day, 1951. Steve Grogan, the longest neck of any quarterback.
Yeah, and the neck brace to prove it. Quarterback New England Patriots.
Pam Tillis, Kevin Butler.
She's here this week, by the way. Pam Tillis is in town for the Lake Martin Songwriters Festival. Look it up on Facebook or go to LakeMartinSongwritersFestival.com. See where you can see all of them playing. But Pam Tillis is the headliner.
How about that? Kevin Butler, Carl Malone, Barry Bonds, Jennifer Lopez, all born on this day.
J-Lo is not in town this week.
Not in town.
But if she were, I would go see her.
It's going to wrap it up for us. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.